Part 3. In arranged marriages, there's more satisfaction in them than love-based marriages. And I just thought that was pretty interesting because I would think that there would be women that would be upset because they're in arranged marriages, but actually, it's not. That's not true. Women actually are very supportive with having arranged marriages equally as men. And so, and also in the love-based marriages, when two people got together without a help of a family or a community, and so they're married and they didn't receive help from anybody. And I think the reason why they have a higher satisfaction is because they don't go through the whole process of emotional fusion when it comes to the relationship. When they meet and they marry, they don't have, there's not a gigantic gap where they're going out with each other for a number of years and then they marry. Uh, when two people meet, they whether they like each when they find out that they like each other, then they marry. And so they don't have that step of emotional fusion where they feel like they have to constantly be around each other all the time in a relationship, but rather the two individuals, they have an education because they come from a community where education is it's considered to be expected of you to have an education. So when you have an education, a higher education, I'm not talking about high school, I'm talking about college level, it is expected that they both have an education and a job before they get married. And so when they get married, they both have their own lives. They've always had their own lives without each other. And so they have that self-differentiation where they're two individual people, but they learn to love each other in the relationship. They help mold each other in that way, and they mold around each other, and they learn to love each other rather than rather than it being an emotional type of response, and they don't mistake um, emotional type of feelings for love, but rather they focus on what real love is, and they learn to love each other, and that's a good thing. And so I think, self-differentiation definitely plays a big role in Hindu relationships because when they do get together, they do not have emotional fusion.